Sounds good. Go for it.
Yay. I mean, I guess we just wanted to recap like what we learned at Summit and just kind of go through just a quick bullet point list. I mean, because we shared a lot of it in the group. I know we live streamed both of the general like open sessions. So especially like listening to like Brendan Bouchard and Celine.
Yes.
Like would be great if you haven't gone back to listen to them. I know they're a little bit long. I think the first open session was 2.5 hours, and the second session was 3.5 hours.
It was a long time.
It was a long time. But they are really good, and you can kind of like jump around and catch all of the announcements and everything. But it was mainly things like
I'm on here twice.
mainly things.
There we
go. Like the Daily Sunshine, that is actually already out and ready to go. Which that is basically their solution for things that may not like Shakeology or don't eat their vegetables, but there we go. Who's echoing? But anyway.
It's me. I'm trying to figure out how to turn it off on the phone.
Yeah. But anyway, so the Daily Sunshine, we got to try a sample while we were down there, but actually have it. Oh, here. Haven't tried it since I've been home, but it's a strawberry banana and a chocolate flavor. Doesn't have quite as many of the superfoods that Shakeology has in it, but has like a ton of calcium. And I saw on, I think it was the Beachbody 411 page today, they shared like a side-by-side comparison of like a Dole fruit cup versus what's in the Daily Sunshine. And that was really interesting to see the breakdown of that. Because I think that that's just what it comes down to for most people, is that the nutritional basics aren't really being taught so much anymore. And so it's almost like a re-educating the public, because I mean, you sit there and you think like, yes, fruit is healthy, it's wonderful, but it's still, it's extremely high in sugar, especially if it's packed in like corn syrup mixture solution type thing. So that's why the Daily Sunshine I think is going to be really cool. Then they just released Beachbody On Demand is now also on Android, so yay for customers that don't have Apple. A couple of the new programs coming up, which this one I'm excited about, is their Clean Week. I don't know exactly when in September it's coming out, but it comes out in September, and it's the girl who won the 20s show that was on Beachbody On Demand. But it's basically, I think for us and for customers, will be a great way to introduce them to what a challenge group is without them having to commit to a full month right out of the gate. But it's, instead of just being a trial thing, they just pay one set amount. I don't know how much it's going to be, but
can you hear me? It's $30.
Yeah. All right, so it'll be $30.
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Yeah, so $30. They'll get a week's worth. Yeah, a week worth of Shakeology and 7 workouts from, I think her name's Megan. So it'll be like a really good way to introduce people to what we do on a smaller scale. And then in November, the other good fun thing coming out is called Double Time with Tony Horton. And the thing that they talked about that is Tony initially said he didn't want to do this program because he thought it was too low key or too like low impact for him. But and he wanted to include like a single person modifier, but Carl was adamant that no, this program is strictly for 2 people. Like, because he was like, I'm tired of seeing families where they're separate, like on their phones. This program requires, like, you can't do it by yourself. You have to have another person to do it with you. So that'll be an interesting dynamic, either to see like what couples do, what friends do, like parents and kids. So that'll be a fun one coming up in November. And sorry, I'm just kind of rushing through the list just to get to some more bigger things that we can talk about. The next big announcement, and Carl actually stopped the talk to kind of hype this up a little bit more, was we're going to be getting a new coach online office. So it's going to be more streamlined, easier to read reports, look things up. But even more than that, the Team Beachbody website and shopping cart is getting a complete overhaul. I think they said they invested over $100 million into it. And actually, here, I'll share my screen really quick because I saw, okay, go here. Perfect. Actually, on the Team Beachbody UK website, it's just teambeachbodyuk.com. This is a great landing page, by the way. We're going to get to the UK launch here in a second, but you can send anybody from the UK here. While we can't actually form a connection, so to speak, over the network, you can go ahead and get people interested by looking up the information. But this is actually a glimpse into what the website might look like. Let's see, especially the fitness section.
Mommy, I want to have one of my candy stuff.
Okay, get that, get for you.
But instead of everything being like having to search for everything, basically the programs are going to be laid out like this on the website with all the graphics. And whenever they click on one of them on the new website, you'll actually have all of the options displayed instead of having to like look up individual thing like, oh, challenge packs are here, but if you want the individual program, it's here. If you want Beachbody On Demand, it's there. Like they're all going to be grouped together. And the challenge pack will always be the first thing listed under any of the programs. To just kind of showcase that that is the best deal out there. Because I think when people see those side-by-side comparisons, they're going to be more apt to actually see and trust us that the challenge pack is the better deal instead of paying the 60 or 70 bucks just for the program. Because I think that's where people get caught up in, like, oh, it's too expensive, is if they go to your website and they see on one page, like the program Shakeology is $140, $160, but I just want the program and that's only like 50, 60 bucks, then I'm just going to go with the cheaper option. So I think that this will actually streamline everything. And then I think he talked about too that the checkout process will be a whole lot easier too. And based off of what they add to their cart, it'll also recommend things that they could add, like either like Energize or the 3-day refresh, and all of that good stuff. So I think that the website's definitely going to help just us as coaches in general make everything more streamlined. And then, sorry, Laura just texted me. And then the other thing too that I know, Lauren, you pointed out is the Beachbody On Demand, like the discount is going away, mainly because they do want to highlight that, like, obviously as coaches, we get 25% off. But the other thing that I think that the high up council of coaches we're talking about is with Beachbody On Demand being the main option that most people are going with now, when their customers are getting that 10% discount, that's actually lowering our commission by 10% as well. And they're actually noticing that. I think, what did they talk about, Mom? Like about the Shakeology Retention and this helping with that or something like that?
Yeah, I think they weren't seeing that it was worth it to us to lose that 10% in Shakeology Retention.
Yeah.
So they would rather give it to us up front.
Yeah.
And just remove that other little bit of, I hate to call it clutter, but in a way it is, because when you're explaining something to somebody, well, you can do it this and you get it for this, and you can do it this way and you get it for this, and you can do it this way and get it for this.
Yeah.
You get a little convoluted. And I do wonder what they will do about people who did come in with that idea or with that solidly planted. I don't think they're grandfathering anybody in. I think it just stops.
Yeah.
Right?
I think on the FAQ, whenever I looked it up to try to find the date, it said that they would send out an email to everyone that has that discount and let them know on this day we're discontinuing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do like the way that they're rolling it out. And plus, too, I think that our customers that do enjoy that discount, that would automatically open up the door to start that conversation about just go ahead and signing up as a coach anyway and getting a bigger discount.
I think it might behoove us to even bring that up with our people ahead of it. Let them know it is coming, that discount's in play for a while, but it come a certain date, and I think in November.
Yeah.
That it's going to change, and like you said, instead of waiting for it to happen and then them coming back to us and saying, "Hey, what's the deal? What happened here? You told me." And I'd much rather be proactive in that regard.
Yeah. What else? Oh, the other big thing that they announced is, I know that like as you move up in rank, like I don't know if you know about or heard of the Star Diamond bonus pools and everything like that. But like once you reach 2-star and above, you can qualify to earn some extra bonus money. Just what Beachbody does is, I forget the exact percentage. I think it might be 2% of total sales that they put aside into a pool. And if you're 2-star, 5-star, I think there's a 10 and a 15. Like if you hit certain qualifications, you'll earn a portion of that pool. And I think the last one that they had, if you were a 15-star and superstar diamond coach, it was over $75,000 as a bonus.
Bonus.
As a bonus.
On top of their paycheck.
Yeah. But what they're rolling out now is a diamond bonus. It's a $250 bonus. And it says you have to be a diamond for 6 consecutive weeks during the quarter. And you must hit Success Club 5 or more. It's, I think, within that period as well. And it says we're in the third quarter now. It started July 5th, and that runs through September 27th. And then the last quarter of the year is September 28th through December 27th. So if diamond is your goal by the end of the year, like especially for the fourth quarter, you can earn an extra $250 to use towards Christmas or anything else like that. Because I do think that was a really good incentive, because like I think diamond tends to get downplayed a lot, like especially like the more that coaches kind of move up in the longer in the business, because it's a big, huge accomplishment and a big deal to have built your team to that status. And I'm glad that they're finally kind of recognizing that with this bonus, because the other thing too that we can always have a separate phone call about is that rank does not necessarily equal income. It's all about the volume balance. And like I said, we can dive into that on a different call. But now that they're recognizing hitting diamond with this $250 bonus by holding it and working with your team is going to be a great thing. Yeah. You have anything for that, Mom?
For that particularly?
Yeah.
No, the only other question I wondered is, were they going to be continuing this bonus pool or was this just through the end of this year?
Yeah. I mean, I would hope so.
I got the impression it was just to the end of the year.
Yeah. So.
But knowing Carl and them, they'll see how it goes and make a determination, and that might be a January surge message,
Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely if you're shooting for diamond, actually, I mean, I think there's still time this quarter because you only have to hold it for 6 weeks. So,
Well, don't we have to hit SC, hit Success Club in July?
I mean, from what I read, what did it say? Oh, shoot, I already lost it. I think it just says you have to hit SC5 the month before or something like that. So I don't know exactly what that means.
Well, we can look that up and then share that, either the FAQ or the specific language.
Yeah.
In a bullet thing.
Yeah.
This, and you got it.
Yeah.
Because I know Tanya had also called that as one of her goals.
Mm-hmm.
So I just haven't heard back from her today. So I
Yeah.
hope she's okay. Actually.
Yeah.
Usually she's really good about messaging back. So.
Then the other exciting thing, and I know Leanne, you're already joining us, is Summit next year is in Indianapolis.
And Lauren too. She got
Yeah.
her ticket today.
Yeah.
All right.
Which I'm getting mine and Adam's hopefully tonight or tomorrow, because the 145 price goes off sale. I think tomorrow is the last day. So especially Mom, because Adam and I have been talking about the Beachbody Classic, and and I know that Dad was talking about it too. So if he wants to compete, I'm pretty sure he'll need a ticket in order to attend everything. Yeah,
I'll pull that information up and show him.
Yeah, because that's what I told Adam. I said if you don't want to do the classic, then we'll just pay the extra $25 for you to go to the celebration. So I was like, but if you do, then we need to get you a full ticket.
Right.
So yeah, so we'll do. So yeah, so the 145. I think tomorrow's the last day, and then I think it's like staggered pricing. I don't think it'll go up by much after that, but the longer you wait, then the more it'll go up. I would highly encourage too. I'm sure that a lot of the hotels are already sold out because they release those in stages as well. But to get on that the Summit website as well and start looking at some of the hotels, and if you find a room that you like, go ahead and book it. I don't think you have to pay for anything up front, and it lists everything on there. But I know one of the things, and this was the big announcement that Mom and I were talking about, is for any coach that is Diamond by Summit for next year, we're going to be offering a $200 Diamond bonus that you can either put towards like your hotel, you used to go on a shopping spree at the core, or anything like that. Because we wanted to treat you all. We talked about the possibility of doing like a Diamond house, but after looking at the way that Indianapolis is going to be set up, like the only Airbnb houses would be like really far away from where all the action is. So we wanted to treat you all this way by hopefully covering like part of the hotel or anything like that. So that way we're all going to be right there together during Summit. And then one of the things I'm going to throw in is that any coach that is attending Summit that is Emerald or above, I'm going to have some team shirts made as well. So that's another fun little goal to strive for if Diamond seems to be a little too far away, which I don't think. But yeah, so we just wanted to treat you all to that. Anything else about Summit, Mom?
Oh, no, I know I was talking to Leanne earlier today because, they took that drive up there to see it, see the stadium, and you were probably on the road where we'll do a mass workout. And it's really exciting. I still remember my mass workout. And if we were to have a team there to doing that together, that would be so, it's just a once in a lifetime feeling to do that with a team. It really is. really exciting. But I know in the past you've talked about, you know, how Roy's interested and all this kind of stuff. And if he wants to go, you have those two options. If he wants to sign up as a coach under you and get his own ticket and go and experience the whole thing, he can. If he wants to go as a guest, which is what Gary did this year, even though Gary is a coach, he just got I was able to purchase a guest ticket. I think it was $25
I think it was like
for
20
both.
bucks. Yeah.
It was not a lot to add on. When I registered for all of my summit events, because that's how it works. In the spring, you'll get a notification. Okay, you got to pick your conference and what hall you're going to do your conferences in. And at the point that you do all that registration, I think they give you options to buy a box lunch for every day that you're there and to get a guest ticket for any guests that you might be bringing.
Okay.
So
That's
it could also be, you know, maybe a potential coach, a friend who wants to experience this with you. They won't get to go to general sessions with you, where you get a lot of meat and potatoes from other top coaches, but to experience the opening celebration and the closing, they each bring something really magnificent to our understandings and to deepening our understanding of what this business and what this company is all about. I know it meant a lot to Gary, to see this in action and see what a big movement it is, and to see how genuine it is, and how passionate they really are about us as coaches and about our mission together. So it's just those are options for Roy, and options to bear in mind if you have. You could even offer it if you're talking to somebody. Say, hey, I'll get you a guest pass, and you can go with me, and you can at least go to these two things and kind of get that feel. Company and all of that. But anyway, those are just some options.
Yeah. No, but that's one of the things I love, and that's actually what most people say is, especially if you have a skeptical other in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very supportive, just like he's not into drinking it. So I'm thinking the sunshine might be good for him.
Yeah. Well, and I think that they do have the sampler boxes for sale online too, and you get 4 packs. But most people, like Mom said, that get their spouses at least to like experience part of it, like that's where minds start to be changed, because it isn't just like money focused. It's not just why aren't you doing better. It's applicable to everybody in life. So, but yeah, so Summit is it's actually earlier next year. It's June 21st through 24th.
So like 3 weeks earlier than normal. Yes, June 21st through the 24th.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, I'm glad it's earlier.
Yeah, I think I am too.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is on our list?
And then the only other 2 things I had was I know you made a post about this, but Mom and I are starting our Shift Shop challenge group starting this coming Monday. So if anybody wants to join in with us, you're more than welcome to. And we can talk about when prep week is. Like, are we starting prep week the 31st or starting the program the 31st?
I was really anticipating starting the program. Now, do I have new people to add into it? No, but I never do. And in the past, I've always done prep just a couple of days ahead of time. And, I can do a prep week.
Yeah, I just didn't know when the group was actually opening. I just knew that we were starting.
Usually when I say an opening, the first date, that's usually the day I intend to actually start the program.
So, but when is the group going to be open to add people?
Probably Wednesday or Thursday.
All right, perfect. That'll be.
I'll go for Wednesday.
And then the last thing I have is the Team Cup. Registration is open. They've actually changed a few rules this year, where it used to be only teams of 5. This year, I think it can be teams of 2 teams of 5. And I think you have to have a team of 5 in order to earn some of the prizes.
Sorry, we had a laser gun in the background. I'm
No.
moving rooms again.
The other thing that I like too is that it used to be only 1 diamond per team. Now I think they'll allow up to 2 diamonds per team and 1 lifetime 1-star and above. So actually, like, Mom, you and I can be on the same team, and we were talking about putting feelers out there as to who wants to team up for Team Cup to really push yourself to the next level to see what you can achieve in the month of August. I think they put out some statistics. I forget the exact numbers, but most people that actively participate in Team Cup do see their rank advance in that month. They see their paychecks grow. They typically hit the highest amount of Success Club points. But just signing up for a team doesn't mean that that's going to happen. That means to actually participate and show up as a team every day. And that's the thing of the Team Cup. But the other cool thing too is that we do have the opportunity to earn some extra prizes, and this year they actually look pretty good. Like, it's not something just cheesy or whatever. But I think, like, if everyone on the team hits Success Club 5, like, you earn, I think it was like a Shakeology long sleeve shirt or something like that, or a shift shop shirt.
I can tell you specifically. I think you can earn an individual prize,
Yeah.
which is a picnic blanket. So if you hit Success Club 5 or 10, and you're the only one on your team, or only 3 people on your team do, you get an individual prize of this Beachbody picnic blanket.
Yeah.
If everybody on your team hits Success Club 5 or higher, then you get the coach sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And then if you're one of the top 10 teams, you get these really cool bicycles, his and hers bicycles. You get a pair of bicycles. And then, of course, if you're the top team, you go to LA. And I don't know what the typical average total number of Success Club points are for the top earners.
Yeah. I know that, I think from what I remember, like, the last few teams, like the top number 1 teams had like close to over 200 Success Club points as a team.
That's what I thought. What I thought.
But I do know that even something like earning that T-shirt, like, or the shirt that, like, we can tell you from shopping at the core, Beachbody does not skimp on their apparel. Most of their shirts are $30 to $50. So that gift right there would be probably like a $30 to $50 gift right there. Yeah. So we'll kind of put that out there and create like a sign-up sheet, because I know Mom and I want to do it. And then so that leaves 3 open spots to people that want to show up every day, and almost like hold each other accountable and set goals to see what we can achieve. Yay.
I want to, and do we have any other bullet points that we're hitting tonight, or was that it?
No, that was it. That's what I have.
Okay. Right before I got on with you guys, I was listening to, I think, Leanne, you might have noticed Jason and I post occasionally that we're part of this Social Team Builders group. We actually, pay to get this training. One of the guys got on there.
Sorry.
Go. Okay. One of the guys, Gary Ford, got on there and was talking about the challenge that it is for coaches to invite, and how even that word invite makes you feel kind of salesy, and that's the emphasis. And he said that he and his partner use the word engage instead of invite for themselves. This is a mental thing, but that he actually went back and looked at old Beachbody language, and it didn't used to be invite, it used to be engage. That used to be the language we would use, is that we would go to engage people.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking to do, not to build an income, but to truly actively help help other people and listen. And also the fact that this correlated with that he was going through the Go Giver, which is like one of my next books that I want to listen to, and about all of it's just reframing all of this, that we are not here for the sale, even though sales is obviously a part of it. but it has to be genuinely based from our desire to help others, because they can find anybody out there to buy stuff from. They can go directly to Beachbody and buy this through an infomercial. But why would they choose to work with us individually? And that's where we share every day about our lives. And I get hung up on that. And I think that's why it spoke to me.
Yeah.
Because I worry so much about how to portray everything instead of just sharing my day-to-day life that does not have to scream Beachbody. People will be able to look at my page and see what I do. I don't have to make every post about Beachbody, and that's where I personally get hung up. So I have to reformulate myself and get back to my own roots about sharing my journey in its entirety.
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
fitness.
Yeah. You know, like,
I'm so bad about doing that stuff.
Well,
I really ain't.
it's a practice. It's like everything else. I remember starting.
Like one of the things I go back to is what Gary Vaynerchuk said, and it was just very simple, and that was document, don't create. Like he says that nothing annoys him more than people saying, well, I just don't know what to post about. And he's like, what are you doing right now? Post about it.
Yeah.
Thinking about
Right.
Post about it. Like,
Share.
and that's what one of the things I was talking to Laura Batliner about. I said, like, and this is something I need to be better on too, but like a lot of the top coaches say that like they make a minimum of one post a day relating back to coaching, like where they started, where they see coaching taking them, debunking like a myth on what it is, but like putting it out there every single day. Or even like Joy Fow and I were talking too, and it kind of sparked the interest, kind of what you were talking about, language and everything. And she said she and her team were like the glance into coaching group. They were changing up the wording on that. Instead of calling it like a glance into coaching, it was something about like finding their freedom, and how coaching has helped, either it's created freedom from something or something along those lines. I forget exactly how she worded it, but that had me thinking on like what we could do as a team. I mean, since we're the Daily Purpose Empire and everything, how we could almost run a group that focuses on how coaching has created purpose. And everything like that. So that's always something to think about as well. But yeah, definitely play with wording. Like that's one of those things, like there's so much training out there. There's always going to be the next shiny thing, but you also don't, if you have an idea, just go for it and try it and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then you know.
And don't be afraid to try it. And even if it bombs, or you think it bombs, crickets don't always mean nobody's paying attention. Number one, crickets mean somebody's not engaging in your post. You don't think anybody sees it. I remember in the beginning, before I had a likes page, and I would have told you I was lucky to have just a couple of family members ever notice my posts. But I had people who would tell me later through messaging. I would message them about or an invitation, and they would tell me how much they appreciated or liked my post or were inspired by my post or whatever. And I would never have known they were paying attention. So the consistency of just, you're living your life. I'm living my life, but I'm doing it out loud in this public forum to shine a light and kind of be an encourager in that regard, I guess. That anybody can, I don't know, lift themselves up out of wherever quagmire they might find themselves in, and feel joy in life in the moment, but also have hope for what they can attain for themselves if they have those kinds of dreams, to feel better, to be stronger, to be healthier, to lose weight. Those are dreams we all carry at some point in our lives, unless you're just always every day of your life perfect, so it's just sharing what's unique to you.
It is a public therapy session.
Yeah. And Leanne, just start with one post a day. Just be consistent. One post a day. And it doesn't mean share my Shakeology post, share my Shakeology, share my Shakeology, which, like I said, I get hung up in all that stuff because it's part of my day.
Yeah.
But it could be, motherhood, or what you're doing with, I love all the stuff that you put out there about with the cars and what you do and that passion of your life, but start weaving that all together, that the whole thing
Yeah.
is your world. And just look at one post a day, maybe, of something a little bit different, where you just talk about, I don't know, whatever Leanne wants to talk about.
It's like I have this big rock that I've always hid under.
Yeah.
And it's like I just still have it on me like a backpack, so that every now and then I'll come out and then I'm like, oh no, I'll go back under there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a rock anymore. Maybe it's just a little blanket.
There
but-
you go. Yeah.
I get where I'm a hermit sometime.
It does get easier, because
Yeah.
Jason and I will both tell you that we consider ourselves introverts, and
Yes, I do. I myself
you will probably
feel like I am.
more people as Beachbody coaches claim that they are introverts.
Mm-hmm.
So hi Sheila. Hi.
Hi, Sheila.
So don't let that, just it doesn't.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Sheila.
Yeah.
You were my first poster today on my challenge group page. It's like, where is everybody? It's 2:00. Of course, I had done a video at like 10 o'clock, and it took until 2 o'clock before my computer uploaded it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, you hopped on here right at the end of it. It's getting ready to kick us off. So, but
it'll be recorded.
yeah, but I'll upload this recording, and there's a lot of good announcements on here. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from everyone, and I will see you all later.